that we were missing calls in the evenings and on the weekends, and a lot of times that's the only time people can do business. They're working, they can't get away, and with the different time zones that we help service around the world, I knew that we were missing calls because a lot of times if they're just leaving a voicemail. Nobody knows when you're going to get a call back, and they don't know if it's going to be the next day or the next hour, and whether or not you're going to be able to convert, to respond back to their needs. And definitely the longer you take to responding to them, the less likely you're going to be able to convert that lead into a consultation and potential client. So that was one of the first things. Well, Stafi Live allows us to no longer miss a phone call. Whether we're at after hours, weekends, vacation of my reception staff, or while we're having our office meeting, knowing that our phone is covered. So they help handle the incoming calls while my on-site team is working on other tasks as well. But at the same time, we know that we're not missing any potential leads. One of the things that really mattered to me was that they had Spanish-speaking agents that at a moment's notice they can switch between English and Spanish, and that they had that knowledge of immigration law as well. So it wasn't just being able to answer the phone 24/7, but to be able to switch between English and Spanish and know the immigration law, that giving that added peace of mind and just sense of awareness and connection to my potential clients was really important to me. Being able to track the incoming calls to see which ones are potential opportunities versus one that are unqualified leads, and just knowing, what we might be missing if we hadn't had a service. Because, a lot of times, people are trying to figure out where do we put our energy and our resources, and to even have your phone covered 24/7 might seem to be like a luxury these days, but I feel like it's a necessity. And being able to know where track those leads and know which one are moving into a paid consultation or not, which is an added service that Stafi Live provides, helps give me that peace of mind knowing that this is definitely a resource that I want to continue to invest in to help grow my firm. And what makes Stafi Live great is that it's the only service that I know of that has 24/7 intake and receptionist services for immigration law firms. So having that additional knowledge of how immigration works, the terminology, being able to ask those questions, and bilingual at that makes it specific and perfect for an immigration law firm. Other thing that I really like about Stafi Live is that they're continuing to expand the services they provide, including being able to schedule consultations for us, help facilitate with the payment for the consultation, and even to do follow-ups with potential qualified leads. So there's so much that they're doing that's over and beyond the standard receptionist service, and it's very specific for a bilingual immigration law firm, the needs that we have in immigration law. So in just last month alone, when we moved our phones over to Stafi Live in the evenings and weekends, and when we need that extra coverage, we realized that they answered 77 calls and whopping 52 were qualified potential leads, and that if we hadn't had Stafi Live, we wouldn't have missed those calls. And so knowing that we covered the phones 24/7, and that gives me that peace of mind knowing that we were doing the best we can for our potential clients and our clients, and they were taken care of, and that just translates into more business and growth for my law firm. Giving me that quality of life and knowing that the phone calls are covered. And I just love the fact that it's a service I can turn on and off as I need, depending on what's going on in the firm's needs. We have filing fees being increased, or there's a tax return season. We can use Stafi Live more, even though we have staff in the office, but knowing that we can decide what the needs are in that moment's notice because we have that arrangement, but knowing that they really care about the callers and have that training of immigration. I mean, honestly, having had a firm for 14 years, finding someone who's a good intake receptionist is really hard, actually. Even though many people might think of it's the lowest on the totem pole of the firm, in reality, it's so critical because if they're not good on the phone, if they're not able to get the information they need and convert the call, the lead into a consultation, and then you lose out on all that potential business. Maybe you just started out your firm and you're answering the calls on your own, and that's keeping you from being able to focus on growing the firm. Being able to use Stafi Live to help you during those times to add more potential services to your firm and to be able to stay focused on your clients. That's that added benefit. But also whatever size your firm you have, being able to have the phone covered when you need it, only when you need it, bilingual service, and knowledgeable about immigration, there's really it's almost like a unicorn. There's really no other service that I know that's exactly on point. And it takes so much to try to find someone who cares, is good at sales, knows about immigration, is bilingual, and can follow the instructions needed to either scheduling or leaving a message or taking payment or doing a follow-up. So it's just nice knowing that you have that service, that it's as ad hoc and it's expandable as needed for wherever you are in the needs of your firm.